The $50,000 sailboat market is either a goldmine or a minefield, and most people can't tell the difference. I've been watching the listings, and today I'm going to show you exactly which boats I'd buy with my own money and which ones are just waiting to drain your bank account, even if they look perfect in the photos. First, let's be realistic about the math. You aren't actually spending $50K on a boat. You're spending maybe $35,000 to $45,000 on the purchase, because you need to keep $5,000 to $10,000 in reserve for the survey, the haul out, and the inevitable welcome to the boat ownership repairs. But in this market, it's a buyer's game. Sellers are motivated, and there are some genuine opportunities out there if you know what you're looking at. My first pick is the Halberg Grassi 312. I'm seeing these around €45,000 right now, and this is the definition of smart money. We're talking Swedish engineering from a yard that is actually still in business. That's a huge deal. Most builders from the 70s and 80s are long gone, but because Halberg Grassi is still standing, you can get parts, find an active community, and enjoy resale value that stays rock solid. Now, at $45K, you're buying a boat that's 30 or 40 years old. You're definitely going to be updating the electronics and probably the upholstery. But the key here is that you're fixing cosmetics and systems, not the structure. The bones are bulletproof. If you want a 31-foot sloop that can actually handle the ocean, this is the right boat. Next up is the Rheinke Super 10. These usually pop up under $50,000 and they're built like absolute tanks. They're full aluminum, hull and deck. Here's where it gets interesting. Most of them have twin bilge keels. With the draft of only 1.3 meters, you can literally park this boat on the beach and sneak into shallow anchorages that leave everyone else stuck out in the bay. The one thing to watch for is that these were often sold as plans, so the build quality varies wildly. You need to verify it was built by a proper yard like Benjamin's Yachtwerft. If it was a backyard DIY project, walk away. You also need a surveyor who knows aluminum to check for electrolysis. But if you find a pro-build one that's been looked after, you've got a bulletproof offshore boat that will probably outlast you. Third on the list is Gipsy 362, which usually hovers right around $43,000. People often forget about Gipsy, but these were built back when French yards were still focused on sea kindliness rather than just pumping out high-volume charter fleets. A lot of these come with the keel centerboard setup. That lets you drop the board for proper sailing performance or pull it up to reach the spots no one else can get to. It's light, it's fast, and it's a lot beamier than the Halberg Grassi, so you get way more living space. Just check the history to make sure it wasn't a charter boat in a past life. Now, let's talk about the traps. These are the boats that look perfect in the photos but will burn you in the long run. First, avoid amateur-built boats from plans, specifically names like Bruce Roberts or Van de Stad. The designs are legendary, but the construction is a total lottery. You can't tell from a listing if it was built in a professional yard or in someone's backyard over the course of 15 years. Every part on these is custom. Every chain plate is a one-off. When something breaks, you can't just order a part. You have to fabricate it. And since buyers are terrified of them, your resale value will tank. Unless there is a famous yard name attached to that build, it's just not worth the risk. The second category to avoid is ex-charter boats. I'm talking about your standard Junos, Benettos, and Bavarias. They look immaculate in pictures. They have low engine hours, and they're often less than 10 years old. But don't be fooled. Charter boats are treated like rental cars. The winches are usually stripped, the rigging is stretched to its limit, and the low-hour engine has likely been maintained by whoever was the cheapest bidder. You will easily spend $20,000 just catching up on deferred maintenance. 6 months after you buy it, you'll discover exactly why it was so cheap. So, at the $50,000, you aren't buying perfect. You're choosing between predictable work and hidden nightmares. My advice is to buy the honest boat and skip the trap. If you're shopping right now, drop a comment with what you're looking at, and I'll tell you if I think it's a smart move or a disaster. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.